This is one of my favorite trees because it's one of the first to lose the leaves and one of the last to have new leaves. So it has only a short period of leaves. It has a very light shadow, and it has this dark skin bark with these large
very
veins.
interesting.
Yes, the lichens.
The lichens
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Joao.
It has to be touched to understand it because the bark is so soft that looks like the skin of a person. Okay, it's very natural. The way like the branches
It's very sensual.
touch each other are very natural, very
So
exquisite.
why do you like this tree rather than the normal city tree?
This tree has one thing that you don't see many times. It's a multi-branch tree. You don't see a single straight trunk. Okay, this tree has at least 4 trunks near the base.
Right.
In our climate, we don't have many flowers in the summer, but this tree gives us flowers in the middle of the summer or late summer. It gives flower in August, September, and it can be from deep pink to white flower. This is the tea plant. This is Camellia sinensis. That is the plant where we pick the tea. The tea is made with this flower, with these leaves, and mainly with this part. This is one of the most precious parts of this plant. That is the buds that give us the picoy tea and one of the finest teas. This plant is not pruned, is not cut it. If you cut the plant, you take smaller leaves, and that gives you finer teas. Okay, so this plant is in full grown, and this. Okay, we have here a wild edge, very singular because it only have 5 species that are repeated, and we have 3 species from perennial leaves and 2 species of deciduous trees. We have Prunus lusitanica, Ilex acifolium, and Viburnum tinus, making the perennial part of the edge. And then we have randomly Aster monspesulano and Crataegus monogyna that are perennial, that are deciduous. Okay, and Crataegus gives us the flowers in late April.
And Joao, what is that special tree?
That special
Very
tree is
leaf.
Aster monspesulano, Zelia, that is starting to give now the flowers, and that buds are sprouting, and the small flowers that are almost invisible are starting to be exposed to the pollinator. It's a very good pollination plant. It's good for the bees, the rosemary.
Pomegranate is good for pollination as well.
Not
No.
so quite because the flowers are very.
The rosemary here is so common, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Okay. This is a plant that is quite threatened because there was a disease called Dutch elm disease that killed almost every elms in Europe and the States and in Asia. Actually, some plants still resist because all of them were killed by the plant, and the disease can travel one plant to another because we have so few plants that the disease is for now not so active.
And you mentioned 2 varieties here which we can see which are resistant you find in Portugal. 2 varieties
No,
which
there is one variety that is Ulmus resista, that is studied by Wagner, and is a variety that is resistant to the Dutch elm disease.
Okay.
This is the wild olive tree that exists here, that is called Olea europaea subspecies silvestris. That exists in the limestone formations, and have the leaves are more short and wider than the olive tree, the normal olive tree. Also the fruit is smaller because and not so abundant, because this is a wild variety. It's not supposed to produce fruit. Okay? And the wood is very interesting, very art and very chromatic. This is a plant from the sea cliffs that is very common near the...
Did you say the sea cliffs?
Sea cliffs,
Yes.
yes. They are here because they are protected and they are faced west, so the frost in the winter rapidly goes away with the sun. This plant is I like this plant a lot because it's a plant that is very common in the higher pH soils. This is Rhamnus alternus, and this is Fileria latifolia. They tend to be small trees or bushy shrubs, and they resist to very low water disponibility soils. Okay? It's very common in the Alentejo and in the zone of Lisbon. And it's a very beautiful plant, not here at all, but there.
Call this collection?
Mediterrânicas calcícolas, the limestone Mediterranean plants. Com a textura muito fininha, plantas com estas folhas, com estas folhas grandes, é a mesmíssima coisa, mirtos comunes. Pode ter estas expressões e há uma aqui ainda mais, com a folha ainda mais pequenina.
É com Y, não é?
Penso que sim, mirtos comunes com Y.
Foi uma manhã maluca.
This is Salix atracinaria. This is considered a weed in our garden, and they cut it back every year, but it responds
It's the
very
willow.
well.
The willow.
The willow, yes. And I was telling you that we should transform this problem in an opportunity. We should plant this in our gardens and use it as a plant that has a very good winter.
And like here,
phase.
it's been cut and can be recycled for basket making
yes.
and
Everything.
sculpture weaving. Similar to the dogwood. Do you have the
Similar to
dogwood as well?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Muito bem. Muito obrigado.
It's the same myrtus that we saw there, but in the winter mode it tends to be reddish in the leaves, so it kept the most short wave of the radiation of the winter.
You were just showing Leonor and Paul
This is the seeds
these
of
seeds.
the yew. Okay, the yew is a poisonous plant. Okay, but this part is now is dry. It's the arilo in Portuguese. It's a pulp, a reddish pulp that the birds eat and allows the plants to disseminate through the forest.
Wow.
This is resinosas ornamentais that have to do with the sap of the trees, the coniferous plants.
Here we have the Atlas.
Atlas cedrus.
Yeah.
Okay. That is very characteristic because it's very bluish leaves. This is Tsuga heterophylla. That is a very beautiful plant. This is very young plant. And we have here a very big variety of plants, the Pinus mugo, Cupressus, Araucarias. We go through this plant is a bald cypress, Taxodium disticum, grows in swamps in Louisiana, I believe. And this is pneumatophores that are structures from the roots that allows the plants to breathe in swampy situations, in bogs and so on. Now it's near land, but if it was in a boggy place, it will allow the plant to breathe in that situation. Okay, this is a plant that is very used, and here you can see this plant with more than 20 years.
It's just coming into flower now, isn't
Yes,
it?
just coming to flower now. It's star magnolia, Magnolia stellata. Okay, it has beautiful white flowers with these finger type petals, very not so small as these, big, a light bigger, but these pure white flowers are fantastic. É chamado, we call this terror dos macacos. It's
The monkey puzzle.
monkey puzzle.
Wonderful.
Araucaria araucana, a plant from the Chile, a plant that was eaten by the dinosaurs.
That's
They
right.
tell us that.
Yeah.
I must believe